the last day of the international short course on halal industry and Islamic finance. Today, there will also be a closing ceremony at the end of the lecture. And today's topic is Islamic financial literacy, catching the fintech literacy in Islamic finance. This topic is very interesting. Financial literacy is very important given the emergence of fintech. Fintech provides services such as e-payment, investment management, and also online loans. Users must be knowledgeable about providers, services, and also products offered, and also their rights and obligations as consumers. And without this knowledge, consumers may be deeply in debt or vulnerable to scams and also frauds or data misissue and also aggressive collection methods. And we want to know how far the development of financial literacy is, especially Islamic financial literacy and also Islamic fintech. And to answer that question, we have a special guest today who is from our neighboring country, Malaysia. She's a senior lecturer at the Faculty of Economics and Management, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, or UKM. She earned her doctoral degree at Durham University. Currently, Dr. Shifa is a member of the Center for Governance, Resilience, and Accountability Studies, the Faculty of Economics and Management, University Kebangsaan Malaysia. She is also an academic fellow at the Institute of Islam Hadari. Her research interests includes corporate social responsibility and sustainability in Islamic banks. She has also an interest in Islamic moral economy, Islamic social banking, fintech, and other related socio-economic aspects in Islamic banking and finance. Well, without any further ado, please welcome Dr. Shifa. The screen is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Happy. Oh, actually, I'm not. Yeah, let me share again my slide. It's gone, is it?
Yeah.
What is it? I have problem with my Zoom actually.
Oh, that's okay. It's still loading.
Still loading, is it?
Mm-hmm.
In Indonesia, you use a lot of Zoom.
Yeah.
It's not connecting yet, is it? Please check your
yes.
network connection. Oh my God, what's wrong with my, just now it was okay, now.
Yeah, you can restart the screen sharing, I think.
Okay, let me check again.
Mm-hmm. We had the same problem. Sometimes Zoom is not working.
So,
yeah,
it's here.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Today, I was assigned for this topic. It's about Islamic fintech literacy, catching the fintech literacy in Islamic finance. So I am Dr. Shifa Muhammad Noor from UKM. This is actually my first time sharing knowledge on Islamic fintech literacy. So I believe we could learn from each other since you have been attending all the courses on Islamic fintech and Islamic Islamic fintech since day one. And this is the last day, right? So how many participants do we have today?
We have 30 participants.
Okay, may I know the background of the participants? Are they the undergraduate students or postgraduate students?
Yeah, most of them are from undergraduate students.
Okay, so my research interest, the recent research interest is on Zakat blockchain actually. And me and my colleagues and my students are researching on how Zakat could improve its efficiency using blockchain technology. And when we come across the literature on Islamic financial literacy, we definitely found a lot of trouble actually, especially when it is very limited, because this is a new knowledge, right? And it's a very important knowledge. So I would like to have this course today in a two-ways communication sharing style. So may we have the participant to engage as well in this course. So what do you understand by fintech? Anyone? Anyone would like to share their opinion? What is fintech from your point of view? I've put mine here. It's from the Investopedia. Fintech is a new tech that seeks to improve and automate the delivery and use of financial services. But I would like to know, what is your opinion about fintech? Do you have any experience using fintech? I believe the participants are quite shy today. Eh?
Yeah, they're quite shy.
You don't have to be scared with me, because I'm also learning from you. We have a different point of view, as Malaysians practice and Indonesians practice is different. So from my research, we could see that the booming of Islamic fintech in Indonesia is very rapid, right?
Yes.
Okay. So fintech is an emerging field within finance. It refers to the use of technology to enable drastic improvement in financial services. The Financial Stability Board defines fintech as technologically enable financial innovation that could result in new business models, applications, processes, or products with an associated material effect on financial markets and institutions and the provision of financial services. Basically, it's about financial transaction that incorporate technology in order to make it more, to improve its efficiency, its management, its transparency, and so on. So without knowing, every one of us has used fintech in their daily life, right? Okay, so major categories of financial services offered by fintech firms includes payments and transfers. So when you buy stuff from the internet online, you are actually a user of fintech. You use the e-commerce payment, the mobile banking, mobile wallets, peer-to-peer payments and transfers, digital currency if you are investing into crypto and so on. I believe it makes our lives easier, right? You don't have to go to the bank. You don't have to go to the other financial institution to do all your errands. Before, when I started my job, I had to go to the bank, to other places like the post office to pay change my license and so on. But now everything is online, which is easier and efficient. But it does have a little drawbacks for those from a different generation from ours, right? Those from Generation X would have problem in dealing with all this fintech. Especially payments and transfers sometimes. Yeah? So my father still goes to the bank to transfer money. He does not know how to use online banking. Okay, next is about the personal finance. We have the robo-advisors, mobile trading and personal financial management. We use this advisors, management of finance to improve our decision making in financial transaction. And lastly, we have the alternative financing through crowdfunding, alternative lending and invoice, supply chain finance. And I believe in Indonesia nowadays, crowdfunding is number one fintech. What we call interest, right? Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And what is interesting about crowdfunding in Indonesia, and the Islamic crowdfunding, Sharia crowdfunding in Indonesia, is that it is mostly on community-based approach, not top-down approach. It's different from Malaysians' view, where we have this crowdfunding, fintech, and so on, and it is managed by the central bank, by the regulated by central bank. And Indonesia's part is different when it comes from the bottom up. Okay, let's go to the fintech literacy. So we need to understand what is fintech just now, and now what is fintech literacy. Literacy means knowledge, understanding, ilm, right? So digital literacy is the competence and knowledge of how to access and use digital products and services such as tablets, mobile phones, web browsers, SMS, and the internet. Anything that goes for technological application, if you have the knowledge, you have the digital literacy. And financial literacy is the competence and knowledge to carry out financial behaviors and financial services that support beneficial practices such as saving, borrowing, and repaying. You can go up to investment and other financial transaction. And we combine both. Yes, is there any question? And when you combine both digital and financial literacy, you get the digital financial literacy, the fintech literacy. It combines both knowledge on finance and on digital technology in order for you to make decision on how to do the financial transaction using the technology. Okay, so Islamic fintech is no different from the fintech, except that it is Sharia compliant, it focuses on Islamic compliant institution and Islamic countries and so on. The term Islamic stands to differentiate between conventional and Sharia compliant fintech operators. So basically, Islamic fintech is about the same with fintech, but it needs to comply with all the Sharia parameters. The basic Sharia parameters like riba, maisir, gharar, all those stuff needs to be complied. Okay, and we could see the ecosystem. From the global perspective, Islamic fintech ecosystem, we could see that Malaysia is still leading with the 24% market. This is as at last year. Close followed by UAE. When we mention UAE here, it comprises of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And that's 20%. And Indonesia is increasing, okay, rapidly to 12%, up in the ranking from 5th in 2021 to 3rd, displacing the UK to the 4th and Saudi Arabia on the 9th. So we could see that Indonesia is catching up in fintech. And when I did some research, I could find a lot of papers, researchers from Indonesia compared to Malaysia. I believe there is a very huge movement on educating and knowledge awareness to the people in Indonesia. Okay, so Islamic fintech ecosystem, Malaysia, we are into digital banking nowadays. So we have given 6 licenses, and 2 of them are fully with Islamic principles, as well as released digital takaful and insurance guideline in the UAE from the Dubai Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority to regulate businesses relating to virtual assets. Indonesia introduced more stringent P2P finance laws to weed out unhealthy players. The UK proposed changes to the alternative finance order to broaden its scope with a view of benefiting P2P platforms. Saudi Arabia issued new crowdfunding rules and licensed digital banks. The rankings are largely in line with current standing. So if I may ask any of the participants today, what type of crowdfunding have you tried, experienced? Any of students here have tried using crowdfunding? Or either initiate or as a funder? None? There's no experience? What about the university? Does the university has any model of crowdfunding like UKM? We have this gift to UKM where we pool money for social and educational purposes for the students. Is there any in your university?
Yeah, in Muhammadiyah we have that kind of crowdfunding. So we collect the money to and put it in the social fund. So yeah.
Is it easy to create a crowdfunding fund? What about the cost of having the platforms and so on?
We actually doesn't have the platform yet, so we do it conventionally.
Okay.
That. But yeah, in this course, we have collaborated with Alami. It's one of the startup, the fintech startup. And
is it an Islamic or in a non-Islamic crowdfunding platform?
Yeah, Islamic.
That's great.
It's Islamic Fintech.
Mhm.
And they have this kind of academy. So they call it Fajar Academy.
Okay.
And the
So
yeah.
there's a lot of things that we could learn from each other. It's very interesting because that's why I mentioned earlier that the Indonesians experience the bottom up, how the community empower the society, how the community builds financial alternative provider to help the community. Whereas in Malaysia, it is more like a top-down initiative. It's a regulation from the Bank Negara. It's an initiative from probably financial institution or academic institution, but not from the community. It's quite different. That's not much from the community base. So it's very interesting to learn from each other. Okay, so these are the challenges of Islamic fintech. First of all is the access to capital. Obviously, fintech is expensive. It's costly to provide the platform, security, and so on. So we still need to have funding for this. And the second part is the regulatory barrier, regulations, because we are in a system, financial system that is already regulated by each central bank. So we need still to follow the regulation made by the banks. Therefore, in Malaysia, that's why they have proposed the digital bank with the objective of catching the financial inclusions using the digital bank, believing that probably they would have more lenient regulatory structure rather than from the conventional, the traditional Islamic bank. And in Malaysia also, regulatory barriers have hindered the rapid growth of other Islamic social finance products such as wakaf, zakat, and so on. And it's different from Indonesia, where they could have this initiative in a very unique or innovative manner, right? So in Malaysia, it is if you want to propose something innovative, you need to capture the central bank, the regulator. If not, it will be quite impossible to propose an innovative method to a small platform or a small company and so on. And the third challenge is the lack of Islamic finance awareness. As you can see, although Islamic finance is already there for more than 50 years, people still have confusion, disputes on Islamic finance. The challenges could go deeper when it goes into the Islamic fintech. And we also have this negative perception towards Islam. So these are the things that we need to overcome. How can we improve the awareness? How can we improve the knowledge of the stakeholders on Islamic finance? And Islamic finance is not all about maximizing profit, but giving back to the society. It's a balance. It's a balance of social economy justice, right? Okay, so when we come to Islamic financial literacy, we found that there is a challenge as it is still new. The development of Islamic financial literacy is based on the knowledge in understanding Sharia concept and operationalization in the practice. And the financial literacy is growing slowly. And I believe there is also an Islamic financial literacy index to have a structured understanding of the financial literacy. Knowledge of Islamic financial product is very important, as when we did the research, we found that the higher the knowledge of Islamic financial product, the higher the intention to use Islamic finance in their daily financial transaction. I do not know in Indonesia, but in Malaysia still there is a perception that comparing the conventional product and Islamic product, they believe it is the same. They do not understand thoroughly the underlying objective of using Islamic finance, and they compare the benefits that they receive between the two. And therefore, some of them prefers conventional because of the attractiveness of the product. However, when it comes to the economic crisis like now, these people suffers by choosing the conventional product. And it looks like the Islamic finance product is more stable and resilient. And it does not harm the customers. Okay, so it's therefore educating the people, the workers is very important. Islamic financial literacy has also a good relationship with individual behavior in finance. I mean, if you have the knowledge on Islamic finance, your behavior, financial behavior towards each product will be different. Islamic financial literacy or fiqh knowledge does affect the intention to use Islamic fintech as well. Because you believe in, most of the papers that I read is that why you choose the Islamic finance product, basically it's because of the regulation, the rules, the Sharia, because of it is halal. Then come the product reason. So basically, whatever it takes, a good Muslim will always choose Islamic finance, Islamic fintech, due to the halal of the product. But we need to change this. We do not want people to accept our product because of its legality only. We need to provide better than legality. We need to show to them that our product is also competitive like the conventional products. So this needs to be changed. So this is what we call substance over form. When people only see Islamic finance as something that is halal, and do not see them as something that is competitive advantage, resilient, and so on. We need to change this stigma. Okay, so Islamic financial literacy, knowledge of Islamic finance product is higher, or I've mentioned earlier this one, okay. Okay, the Islamic fintech literacy, we could see the papers, the number of gross and trend of published articles and citation. I choose this article to share with all of you because the fintech industry begins slightly about this time, 2017, and we could see how the growth of the published articles. We could see the total documents from 2017 until 2020, but 2020 is not relevant yet as this is not the end of the year, so it should be rising now. You could see there's a slight increase from year to year. It shows that people are researching in Islamic fintech. People are trying to know more on how to improve the products and services using fintech. And through publications like this, it could increase knowledge to the stakeholders. We could improve the products and services that we already have, and probably innovate something new in future. So how important this needs to go on is, it is very important. So I would urge every one of us, especially students in the universities, to publish articles, because knowledge is from reading, right? And this is a good investment that needs to be continued. Okay, so customers' knowledge of Islamic fintech is significantly related to the increasing customers' intention to utilize fintech. Providing adequate information regarding Islamic principles will enhance the customer satisfaction. Improve financial inclusion. Fintech solution can drive solutions for SMEs and unbanked retail users, as well as reducing the cost of services. Innovating payment solutions to improve market expansion. So from my reading, I could see that how important Islamic fintech literacy is. That first of all, it would increase the intention to use Islamic fintech of the users. It would attract people to use, the financial behavior of the people, the customers, to use Islamic fintech. And with the literacy, it could improve financial inclusion because Islamic fintech would offer an alternative way of finance. Therefore, it could try to solve problems related to the unbanked or the underserved users, which the traditional financial institution could not offer. So that's why it is very important to increase more Islamic fintech literacy. I would honestly say that it is very difficult to find articles on Islamic fintech literacy per se. It is all about Islamic finance literacy. And there's a little portion of the Islamic Financial Index that puts the item on Islamic fintech. So therefore, it is a good chance for every one of us to increase more papers, readings, and contribute more knowledge on Islamic fintech literacy, specifically in Islamic fintech, because we already have a growing number of Islamic financial literacy, but we do not have much on Islamic fintech literacy. It is very difficult to find articles, they're very limited. Okay, so how to increase the awareness and knowledge? Anyone would like to share with me? Anyone have any idea how to increase awareness and knowledge? Probably it is done in your university. Do you have any course on Islamic fintech in your university?
No, we don't have a course in Islamic fintech, but we do a lot of seminar and also webinar in Islamic fintech.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it helps students to get awareness and also knowledge about the Islamic fintech. Okay,
thank you. I've put some ideas here. We could have an initiative from the government, from the financial institution, academic institution, and also community. For example, the government could provide short courses, seminars, and a training as well to graduates for Islamic fintech. The financial institution could collaborate with the academic institution, giving short courses and on-hand training on Islamic fintech, while the community. When I did my PhD, there is, I think, an initiative from the students, Masyarakat Ekonomi Syariah, right? They educate the people, the Indonesian community in UK on Ekonomi Syariah, and Islamic fintech is one of the topic. So everyone plays a very vital role in increasing the Islamic fintech literacy. In Malaysia, we are moving towards more formal courses providing for Islamic fintech. Few institutions and academic institutions are starting to provide short courses, profession certifications, and also topics and course syllabus on Islamic fintech. In fact, in UKM, we are also we also have the intention to develop one course of Islamic Fintech soon under our master's program, Masters of Islamic Economy. However, it is not developed yet, but we are still gathering information on what to share on the Islamic Fintech. As we are from the Faculty of Economy and Management, we could not probably provide skills on technology, but we are trying our best to find a way how could we accommodate the Islamic Fintech industry. So these are the initiatives that we could see from the government, from the financial institution, academic institutions, and community. Okay, so with that, that is all that I could share. At the moment, if there is any question, I'm welcome to answer or share any experience with all of you. Recently, me and my student went to the Islamic Social Finance Discourse dialogue on Islamic Fintech, and how they mentioned that the digital bank will be operation soon. However, they believe that we need to operationalize parallel together with the traditional Islamic bank. It cannot only be the digital bank, as the market segment is different. The generation gap is huge. We still have the generation X and Y who is not IT savvy and still needs to do the financial transaction manually or as traditional. So please, if any one of you have any question, I am welcoming the questions. Thank you, Happy. I'll pass to you back.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Sifa. That was very insightful presentation. Well, I believe that increasing financial inclusion and also financial literacy is a top priority for the Indonesian government. But the thing is, based on survey by Indonesia Financial Services Authority, or OJK, in Indonesian financial inclusion was at nearly 80% nationally, but the financial literacy was only 38%. So there's a gap between the financial inclusion and financial literacy. That means that some consumers do not have adequate knowledge about the products or services they use. So what do you think is the best strategy to increase the financial inclusion and financial literacies, and also fill the gap between them?
Okay, thank you very much, Happy. It is very interesting to see, to know about the huge gap between the literacy and also the financial inclusion. I think it's almost similar. I mean, the factors could be similar to Malaysia as well. First of all, is about the infrastructure, right?
Yes.
And then the education.
Yeah.
And how should we reach these people? We need to have a proactive team to go deeper into the society. I believe those people who are underserved or unbankable do not have social media like those in the cities. Even probably phones, they don't use any smartphones, right?
Yes.
So therefore, we need to reach them in a different kind of way. We need to educate them in a different kind of way. This could be through the digital bank. When they offer a digital bank, they do not need to go to a bank. They don't need to go to a city to do the financial transaction. The thing is, they need to have an account, bank account. That's all. And is that a problem in Indonesia?
Yes.
Even this financial, these people do not have an account, right? Bank account.
Yeah. I think the fintech helps the unbanked population
Yeah.
to access the financing.
Yes, definitely. The fintech would help, but you still have to need a device or something to
Yeah.
tackle this problem. And I could see from the Malaysian experience, when we did the zakat blockchain, they proposed to use the Malaysian ID card, IC, or probably in Indonesia you call it the KTP, is it?
Yeah. Yes.
Does it have a digital SIM card or something that could use as a wallet, e-wallet? So that could be an initiative for to tap the financial inclusion group.
Yeah.
But still, education is important.
Yes.
To educate, to create awareness, it will be very difficult because sources are usually in a formal way instead.
Yeah. Right.
How is it in your community in Malang?
Yeah.
How do you reach the community in educating about Islamic finance or Islamic fintech? Is there any initiative done by the university?
Yeah, we have these community services, and we have done a lot of services that we try to connect the business owners, the SMEs, the small and medium enterprise, to get their financing. Yeah, I think.
And when you mention about SMEs and financing, is there any takers?
Sorry?
Is there any takers? I mean, do the community come forward, or do you still need to reach them or find them?
Yeah, we have to reach them and give them literacy about the financial and also the Islamic finance literacy, and try to connect them to the bank or the fintech.
Oh, another thing beside of infrastructure and knowledge is about trust.
Yeah, it's about trust.
Trust. How do people trust the technological platform? And there is a drawback. When we did some research about the zakat blockchain, we found that a certain group of people they mentioned that they lose the human touch, so they don't like it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think some people even more afraid to use fintech because there's possibility that the personal data they use can be spread.
Yes.
And interestingly, in Indonesia, some people use online loan services. They use other people's data accounts.
Oh, and how do we overcome that kind of problem? I mean, they should have due diligence of the customers, and you should not be using other people's data.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah,
that would be a problem, right?
That's a problem. Yeah,
it's a huge problem of data privacy and so on.
Yes,
it's a risk
because it's easy to access the fintech. The more easy, but the more it's vulnerable, maybe for some people.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
What we found, if you use blockchain, it would be difficult to access the data privacy, right, Amelia?
Yeah.
Yes. Also
yes.
quiet today. Amelia is my student.
Oh, yeah.
So we are doing research together. So what we found from using blockchain, because of by using blockchain, it is also called the trust machine. It skips the verification of third party because of you need to have approval from all the parties in the same project, the same. Therefore, I think if you propose using blockchain technology in this matter, you could overcome the loss of data privacy.
Yeah. What I found yesterday, my friend told me that the OTP code is like a verification code.
Yes.
They sell the OTP code to others people. I mean, it should be for the verification for the personal data.
Yes.
Yeah, but they sell it.
Oh, interesting. They sell. No wonder in Malaysia we are also moving away from OTP now.
Yeah.
Maybank is using secure instead of OTP. So once you do a financial transaction
Mhm.
using Maybank,
Mhm.
then you have to open in the same apps to approve the transaction
Ah,
using the secure icon button instead of waiting for the SMS from the OTP.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Another problem.
interesting. That's so interesting.
Yeah. And Dr. Siva, you once mentioned about the peer-to-peer lending.
Yes.
So the peer-to-peer lending is actually a solution, provides financing for the unbanked or underbanked population,
Yes.
especially in Indonesia.
Uh-huh.
But the loan requirements at fintech are easier, right, than banks.
Mm-hmm.
But
Definitely.
however, yeah, however, the existence of fintech for business actors has made a boomerang for fintech itself. I mean, fintech does not require physical collateral in lending. Some
Ah,
only require 10% of the total loan applied for. If the business owners cannot fulfill the payments,
mm-hmm.
that'd be a ticking time bomb for fintech. And
Oh.
in your opinion, how long will fintech last?
Oh, this is interesting because I have not
Yeah, because my husband works in fintech, and he said that we don't need physical collateral.
I recently received a new student doing from Indonesia doing Sharia fintech peer-to-peer lending. So actually, this is quite new to me. Although
Yeah.
I generally know what is peer-to-peer lending, crowdfunding, but I have no idea at all how it works. So when you mentioned that it will be a time bomb, when there is no collateral and
Yeah.
how people treat it,
Yeah.
not paying a non-default loan. It's like a non-default loan, right? NPL,
Yeah.
non-performing
Yeah.
loan. Because in Malaysia we have equity crowdfunding using the platform of a bank. We have 6 bank involved in a equity crowdfunding. We call it the investment account platform. So when you have a project proposed, we use the bank as a platform. And as when I mentioned bank, the Islamic bank, you have to abide to the regulation, the bank's regulation. Therefore, they believe it is a security, it is a secure transaction. But it does not attract so much of the investors because of the bank's regulation.
Yeah.
It is moving slowly, but not as much as what they expected. But for the peer-to-peer lending, I have no idea actually when you mentioned that how to rectify the problem. Therefore, you need to have a collateral to ensure that the
Yeah,
project
that
moves
must be
forward.
a collateral. I mean, yeah, we the fintech has many products,
Mhm.
like the projects for example, like invoice. I think it's for invoice financing,
Mhm.
yeah, some kind of that, and they don't need to give the collateral. They just need to, for example, if you uh, apply for loan in one trillion, then you only have to give 10% of the total loan as
Oh,
a collateral.
but this is managed by crowdfunding platform,
Yeah,
private crowdfunding platform. Not.
yeah, it's private court. Yeah,
Is there any success stories using the P2P crowdfunding? What are the
yeah,
mechanisms used?
yeah. There are many success stories. I mean, there are many the fintech startup that is success in peer-to-peer lending. We have a lot of startups in Indonesia.
Yeah, I know that.
Peer-to-peer lending, yeah.
Uh-huh. But how to rectify the problem when you mentioned that people are not paying back the loans?
Yeah, that's my question. I mean,
Hmm. Interesting to
yeah,
study. I could throw this question to my student. Soon.
Yes, please. Because I also working on it. I mean, in my research, I try to address the possibility of the business owners in fulfill their payments if the fintech requirements is the fintech requirements, which is there's no collateral in it. So how they build the trust between the business owners and also the fintech.
Mhm. There should be a monitoring mechanism on how to manage the project.
Yes.
Yeah, probably a structured and face-to-face monitoring mechanism, and how much money that you could loan is given step by step, phase by phase. Probably if you want to borrow 1 trillion, the crowdfunding platform can only raise probably 10% if you complete this, 10% if you complete that, right?
Yes.
That could be one of the solution.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's another problem for fintech industry.
Yes, very interesting for your sharing, Happy.
Yeah, and also about the rules, I think there must be specific rules about the collateral thing in fintech.
There is no regulation, right, at the moment? Is there any?
Yeah, there's regulation.
There is.
They're managed by they're managed by OJK.
OJK.
Financial Service, yeah.
Okay.
Service Authority. Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much for
thank you
your
very much, Dr.
sharing.
Siva.
Is there any other question that we could also discuss together?
Yes, I will. Yeah, inshallah. Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Siva, for your presentation. May you share your slides later, and you can send it to my email. Yeah, and we are very welcoming you to Indonesia one day.
Yeah, inshallah, one day. Thank you very much. And please also, if you would like to visit UK, please let us know.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Shifa.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Well, that was a nice discussion with Dr. Shifa. And today we have also the closing ceremony from Dr. Widayat. Dr. Widayat, are you already here? So we're still waiting for Dr. Widayat to join us. For the participants, at the end of this course, you can access all the materials that we will send you to your email. And the attendance list for this course is already available in the chat box. You can access the link to the attendance in the chat box and fill it in. And I remind you that you can get the certificate on this course if you attend all the courses. We have 6 courses in this short course, and you can access all the materials and get the certificate if you attend all the courses. And this course is also recorded. You can access the video recorded, and we also will send you to your email. Or you can access the materials in our YouTube channel. Okay, while waiting for the closing ceremony, I would like to ask you some questions, and for those who can answer the question, will get the internet data voucher. There are 3 questions. The first question is, wait. Okay, the first question is about our speakers. Who is the first speaker in our international course? You may answer your question in the chat box, or you can directly answer the question. Who is our first speaker in this international course? You will get free internet data voucher if you can answer the question. Anyone? Who is our first speaker in the international course? Anyone? No? Ayo, Indonesian student? UMM student? Ada yang bisa jawab? Free paket data. Okay. Nurul Shaziliana. From? May I know where do you come from?
I'm from Malaysia.
Oh, hello from Malaysia. Yeah, you're right. Our first speaker is Professor Dr. Asad Zaman. You can share your phone number and we will send you the internet packet data.
Okay, where should I send it?
Yeah, you can directly to me, DM. The
Okay,
chat
okay.
box. Yeah. Thank you, Nurul.
Okay.
Okay, the next question is about, it's still about our speakers and also the materials. What did Pak Firman from Alami Syariah Fintech talk about? Do you remember? What did he talk about in his lecture? If I'm not mistaken, he was the second speaker in this course. What did he talk about? Pak Firman from Alami Syariah Fintech? Anyone? Anyone? What did Pak Firman talk about? Anyone? Yo, anak UMM, ada yang tahu nggak Pak Firman dari Alami ngomongin tentang apa? No one knows? Well, he talked about the halal industry and the development in the Islamic Fintech. Okay, the third question. The third question, what did Dr. Shifa mention about the peer-to-peer lending in Malaysia? This is for Malaysian students. So several Malaysian students still joined here. What did Dr. Shifa mention about peer-to-peer lending? I give you some time to think. It's about peer-to-peer lending. It has been discussed in today's course. Okay. If it's too hard, then I will change the question. What is financial literacy? I think it's easier. What is financial literacy? Anyone? Come on. You can get free internet data. Anyone? Anyone can answer this question? What is financial literacy? I think it's easy question. Okay, no one can answer the question. Okay, we still have 5 minutes left, and we're still waiting for Mr. Widaya to join us to give the closing ceremony, to give the closing statement.
Assalamualaikum Dr. Widayat.
Assalamualaikum Pak Wid.
Waalaikumsalam, Bu Bagia.
Masya Allah. I'm sorry for the miscommunication between us. It's supposed to be 11:30, but our course today,
11:30.
yeah,
So we should join early, yes.
yeah. We should have invited you early.
Maybe because of weekends, maybe.
Yeah. We used to, yeah, we spent our weekend. Okay, participants, we already have Pak Widayat here, and today he will give us the closing ceremony, and it also close the international short course on Islamic finance and also halal industry 2022. We are very delighted to have you in joining our course. We have 6 course per week. We have 6 topics in this course every Saturday, and we are very happy that we, Alhamdulillah, we can finish this topic, this course. Okay, without any further ado, please welcome Pak Widayat.
Okay, well, thank you so much to Bagia. We should translate happy with Bagia today.
Yeah.
How wonderful today that because even today is cloudy, but we should and we must happy today, yes. Thank you so much also to Pak Yuti, Pak Sriwah Yuti as head of economic development of economic departments, Faculty of Economic and Business, that giving me opportunity for closing this sessions. Yes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon or good morning this. That because it's cloudy, it's like morning today, so I said good morning. Yes. What I respect is this anti-committee and the South Coast Committee, the head of our study program, and also all leaders who attendance here. We are also participant and also student of Department of Economic Department, Faculty of Economic and Business, who have opportunity come to this session, yes, on this beautiful day, and also maybe this is fresh morning, yes, even in the middle of day, but we was in my opinion is fresh mornings. I wish everyone could have and happiness, and today is also your birthday, maybe that because in the first week of month, yes, start from 1 until 5, yes, 5. Today is the last day of Islamic finance subclass event, yes, and also International South Coast on Islamic Finance and Halal Industry. I think all of us here understand what is Islamic Finance and Halal Industry is very important for our life and for our country development. So that this is very important course and very important thing for us, so that we should increase our knowledge, our science, how to apply Islamic finance and halal industry for facing Indonesia development country. I'm not mistaken. this day, this course, I mean, Islamic Finance short course is participant not just from Indonesia. There are many people who come from Turkey, Malaysia, and also Saudi Arabia, right? Pak Yudi, who happy, yes?
Yes, that's
For
right.
how long the participant have joined in that way? Of course, there will be likes, maybe a participant got burning out, I don't know, yes. But I hope there is no participant who got burning out. But all participants, we hope is happiness, yes, yes. Thank you for being together of this time. We hope all participants and also committee got important thing for their career, for your career, for your future. You got knowledge, science, and also maybe what important thing from Islamic finance and halal industry course, maybe experience. So that thank you for being together of this time. Hopefully, what you got during the event is will be useful for your career and progress. Yes. In the last closing session, I hopefully God blessing us. Yes. I hopefully God blessing us so that we will get opportunity to meet in the next season maybe, and in the different event maybe, not just on Islamic finance and halal industry. Maybe we will get opportunity to meet together in Malaysia, maybe Turkey, maybe Saudi Arabia, so that we can improve and we will increase our knowledge what we have, so that our knowledge and science will useful for our lives. And in the last session, let's close this togetherness for seeking meaningful knowledge with hamdalah. That is very short closing, yes, very closing remark. That because time is very limited for me. And after that, we will join Fita. Yes. Pak Yudi asked me that, Pak Wid, you can close this session. Yes, only one sentence, maybe, yes. Maybe one sentence only. Hopefully, yes, and again, hopefully God blessing us so that we will get opportunity meet in the next season, and maybe in the different events in different country, different place, and better place, maybe in Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, and also maybe in Turkey. Yeah. Let's go together for facing Islamic finance and halal industry short course next season. So, yeah, so that let's close this togetherness for seeking meaningful knowledge with hamdalah. Yes. Thank you so much. Let's say hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Please this time back to happy.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Dr. Widayat, for coming by. Okay, participants, that was a closing ceremony from Dr. Widayat. We hope we can help the same course in the next year with different topics, and we hope you can get very insightful knowledge and also a connection during the course. And I think that was all. I, as a moderator, say thank you very much for coming, for the participants, Dr. Widayat, and also all the committee close this international short course. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.